So yeah, now we might as well plunge forward, because this was all side content. The actual path that we want to go on is to the right of Patches. I'd spend more time commenting on the area around here, but, you know, you get little bits and pieces with these giant bones and even more giant coffins. You'll also notice we didn't get everything. I might come back and see if I can grab some of the other, like some of the bigger items around here, but I don't know. There aren't a huge number that I'd really like. Of course, now we're getting to some shit. We are really getting to some shit. So much shit, frankly, that I'm just not gonna bother. Unless I have to. Yeah, we pretty much have to, don't we? There's a fog door right over there. So these are, dog skeletons. They are another notorious enemy because they are huge and they do a fuck ton of damage, and very, very quickly at that. You really have to be just utmost cautious with these things. Like, they can eat through your stamina if you have a less powerful shield than this eagle shield that we have. And I will say, Patches has great taste in shields, but those guys are going to be regular enemies from here on out, so I'm going to have to be on my A game for this. On the plus side, our souls are right here, and they have a fairly generous aggro here. You really just have to respect them and try to bait out attacks. Because if you don't bounce off of them, or if they don't bounce off you, they will often just chain kill you instantly. It's not a fun time. They're not great enemies to fight in general. Their physics are kind of hilarious, though. Hello, Bone. Goodbye, Bone. We do get a nice view of a bonfire down there. I do. That is a good one that they show that shows up. Here. I think there are some ridiculously obtuse places that you can drop here to get certain special items. I believe the thing that's over there is one of them, but I might actually be misremembering. Whoop, there is another skeleton, though. This is actually a very unfair encounter. Because you have both... Oh god, he did notice me. You have skeletons! You have those skeleton dog things. And yes, you have a Black Knight. This is certainly one of the more difficult encounters. Oof, in this whole area. And I did it really badly. You can often bait that guy, that Black Knight, to a much safer place than I tried to send him. So let's see if we can't do that. Alternatively, this is going to take a while. Yeah, that's the enemy. That's the attack you want to watch the fuck out for. I do stagger them in 2 hits with my sword here. Unfortunately, 2 is very much not enough. That should be, yeah, there we go. Boy, we really need to find us some more Firekeeper souls. This is definitely not enough healing at this point in the game. Now, I think the sensible move here is going to be to try to take out this guy first. Now, I might be wrong about that, you know? I've been wrong about lots of things in the past. Oh, jeez. Yeah, like that. Definitely that. Wonder how much our current pyromancy hand will do to them. I will say I don't have encyclopedic knowledge of a lot of these later areas, so I don't know a lot of the much better strats. So we're just going to do our best to get through as we can. A lot of the design at this point of the game definitely becomes more punishing for punishment's sake rather than rewarding and interesting, unfortunately. Ugh. Like, these enemies are just, unfun to fight, honestly. Not too bad with our current loadout, but you can certainly imagine that with a less powerful shield, we'd be, well, boned. Boy, that's pretty far back. I don't like that at all. Really? Okay. It was nice of him to put this here, at least. Let's see where this goes. Oh. To a Black Knight. Right, this is where he is. Let's get him off of this part. And into a bit more open ground and see if we can actually fight him this time. Might take a bit. Can't remember if you can actually backstab Black Knights in this game. Thank you, me, for answering my own question. Nice. That wasn't so bad at all. White Titanite chunks are, incidentally, how you level up items, divine items specifically, to +10 after they get past +5. They also have another use, but we'll get to that whenever we get to that. All the way out here, for beating that Black Knight, we get an effigy shield. Let's check that out. There it is. Frightful occult shield. Defends against divine weapons and lightning. In an ill-fated plot to destroy the very gods, the followers of the occult once attempted to steal the power of Grave Lord Nito, the first of the dead. It's interesting that this shield would be down here and also tied in with that, since I guess it makes sense in that it's our first hint of this occult thing that we really see, other than that occult club that Havel had. But it seems like the plan, given that we find this down here and given what it says, was for these occult followers to take Nito's power, pretty much like we're attempting to do right now, and use it to... I wonder if I can fall down from here and hit this. Seems a bit dicey. Especially because I think I can get over there, like, without killing myself. Hello. All of this seems dangerous. Very, very dangerous. So anyway, to steal Nito's power like what we're doing, and then use it to take on the rest of the gods, including especially Gwen, because lightning and divine damage are both really providence of Gwen. There we go. These guys are such fuckers that even when you hit them, they'll still be like, nah, I won this one. Oh, thank God. Another bonfire. I want to say this is actually the last one in the area, though, because this next part is a hell of a slog, as Geops LP will attest. Since we're here, we might as well kindle this one as well. reverse our hollowing first. He almost offered that. We're sitting very uncomfortably close to the bonfire there. Like, Leanne, are you sure your feet aren't a little bit too warm? There we go. This will always repay us. Try rolling. Thank you. God, I'm so happy that I can see those messages again. Now, unfortunately, because we respawned this... Yeah, there we go. We're gonna get a lot of Estus out of that, or a lot of bonus Estus out of that. This guy is already back, and we don't get the luxury of falling on him. Wonder how much we're gonna end up with. If you do manage to bait that attack out, you will at least get a bunch of free hits on him. There's also a regular skeleton here. Thankfully, he waited his turn, because even dealing with one of these guys is enough. Trying to get two of them. I should have had my shield up there. I threw it up at just the last second, and it was not fast enough. Now he's trying to be all guardy, but nah, not happening. That item up there requires a very specific fall, if I remember correctly, and I kind of hate it, and I might just not ever get that item. I don't know. We'll see. I believe if we can actually go down here and see what we locate. Hiding place. Another white titanite chunk. You will notice we're getting a lot of that. This is, I think, the actual quote-unquote path. You don't have to fight that skeleton at all. If you notice, you could just walk straight down here. Somebody even put a message in. How nice of them. I think you can even run past that dog skeleton, because he shouldn't be able to get to you. Detour ahead. Hello. Hello. Oh dear, he noticed me. It's not the thing I wanted to equip. Oh god. Maybe he didn't notice me. Maybe it's fine. Maybe everything's fine. Just walk away slowly. Very, very slowly. If you wanted this to be 100% run, I'm a little bit sorry, but not extremely. Get a soul of a brave warrior out of that. We also get those skeletons just making their creepy ass noises. We are going slower. I mean, we are going downwards slowly. We also actually end up looking at a totally different area that we haven't seen anything of yet. Quite interesting. We'll get a better look at it soon. Boy, if I get invaded in here and not by the scripted encounter that I'm spoiling right now, I'm not going to be very happy. That said, I think we're pretty much in the place for the scripted encounter, so... Yeah, there we go. So, we get a lovely view of the arch trees that were mentioned way in the past. And we also get sort of a very misty view and something of a lake down there. I wonder what that could mean. We're also finally out of that damn... we finally don't need the damn lantern anymore, so I can keep my shield up, thank God. And yes, we are invaded by Dark Spirit Paladin Leroy. He uses a big fucking weapon, but luckily we can stagger him out of that. Which is good, because he keeps going for a second shot here. Yeah, block this. I do love big weapons. We even broke his guard there. Uh-oh. Aw, he's healing. What a fricker. Uh-oh. Ooh. Did not judge that distance right. Jeez. I'm not gonna let him get away with that. Unfortunately, we do start back over here, but from this bonfire, you can pretty much run over to the spot where those guys will stop chasing you without fighting any giant skeletons. Or at least I'm gonna try. We do get a summon sign. Wow. Even player summon signs. Oh, that. Okay, sure. Hooks for hands. Lovely. Think we can take this ourselves for now. At least I'm not annoyed enough to try. Yeah, that guy will notice us, but I don't think he'll be able to properly follow us. I'll take the souls. God, I don't even remember if there's anything worth it for killing those 3 skeletons. I'm not sure I want to try. Yeah, there you go. Again, the unfortunate thing is that a lot of these bosses end up being in dungeons that aren't really that interesting to fight through. So you'll end up getting into these very specific boss run type things. It's not great, and the game definitely starts to show some of its issues. But no game's perfect, you know? Bait him in the first one. Punish. He is gonna go try to heal or blow me off the fucking cliff. I am about to do that. He's gonna try to heal, but no thank you, sir. And for beating him, we actually get not only the humanity that you would normally get and all of the souls that come with the encounter, we get the Grant and the Sanctus, which are Paladin Leroy's weapons. Sanctus. A legendary weapon of the Way of the White, granted to an undead paladin long ago. Once blessed with the protection of a white flame, but its power has all but faded, so that it provides only slight HP recovery. And we also get Grant. A legendary weapon of the Way of the White, granted to an undead paladin long ago. This massive iron can only be lifted by those with inhuman strength, but it is blessed and very effective against agents of dark. So I really like that basically all of the Way of the White's story items are down here. We get that Paladin Leroy was a member of the Way of the White, granted their most powerful, their most sacred holy items. And it seems like, along with the clerics, the ultimate journey of this has always been an attempt to get to Nito, possibly to kill Nito. There's a lot of untold story here. There's also bone towers, unfortunately. Bone towers on this tiny cliff. Not a fun time. Especially because it's not just bone towers. Lying in ambush ahead. You don't fucking say. Now, you'd expect yourself to go backwards here, but guess what? There's hands. There's also, as you can now see, a bowman in front of us, which is, boy, this part is annoying. Which is, again, the kind of thing that you'll end up saying a lot. Especially because you're kind of meant to walk out here, but what a surprise. There was at least a message that was like lying in ambush ahead, but be very careful around here. I'm about to get hit. I don't really care. Oh, we get another white titanite chunk from that. Yeah, this is actually, I believe, the place that you want to be farming white titanite chunks. So, if there's anything we learned from our first encounter with a double awful pair of these guys, Just stand close enough to the one skeleton and he literally can hit you with his bow. There we go. Oh, I guess he also fell off the cliff. Perfect. I handled this encounter perfectly. Be wary of sniper. So now we get into another fairly awful, fairly well-known room. Though it is a really nice set piece, and I do like that a lot. So let's try to focus on that instead of, that. Did not realize these guys could get over here. Look at these tiny little baby skeletons. We also get all these prostrate... Whee! Soul of a hero. As you get further in the game, the souls just get more and more... just larger. I do like the implication that these are just, you know, other players who got further and further and more powerful. So, the enemies in this room are pinwheels and tiny skeleton babies. I don't recommend fighting them. Because if you let them, they will basically just... You'll get swarmed by tiny skeletons, and it's not a fun time. I think up here we are afforded at least a little protection from the other ones shooting at us. Still some babies around here, though. I believe the babies cause toxic, which is... Again, this room is just meant to be obnoxious. Also, you can farm Pinwheel's drops from these guys. So, you're only guaranteed to get one of the 3 masks from the actual boss Pinwheel. You can get the other 2 from here. It's just way further in the game. Also, if you've forgotten, we've gotten past the first of the the yellow signs. It was basically on that bridge that we fought, the yellow doorways. It was basically on that bridge that we fought the Paladin Leroy on. Is this another path, I hope? Maybe? Yes, there is another item here. And it's a white titanite slab, which is actually what you need to get a divine weapon all the way up to max rank. So, quite nice. Jim Henson's Skelebabies down there. Don't really want to deal with that. Try to just run. At least Pinwheel attacks really, really slowly. The one saving grace. All told, this wasn't that bad. The babies were originally the best place to farm humanities in this game, but the DLC added an even better place, so let's just never spend any time there again. And instead look at this interesting display. Quite a few prostrate skeletons around here, and I don't even want to know what that is. Also interesting that there's sort of a faux barricade around this.